Yes, he does.
So this is Charlie.
Mhm.
And I know, how long have you had Charlie?
I've had Charlie just about 2.5 years.
Wow, I didn't realize it was
I
that long.
adopted him, was a year old,
Right.
and the rescue vet and my vet both agreed that he was a year old when I got him.
Hello.
He was found wandering on the streets of Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh my goodness.
And a friend and I did the overnight run down to Jacksonville to get him.
That's a nice run from Baltimore, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I said, once is enough, won't do it twice.
Right.
And when I went to get him at the rescue, my niece and her husband and the baby and my girlfriend and I went to get him. And when the lady put him down on the floor, he went and looked at everybody and came and jumped on my lap.
Yeah, they'll do that. You know, they pick
I
us.
was the chosen one.
They pick us. It's like they have a thing to do with us, and that's not the first time I've heard that story, that kind of a story.
Uh-huh.
That they know who they want to be with. They plan it, I think.
Yep.
They plan who they're gonna be with, and I remember you seeing him on the internet, wasn't it?
Right, I
Yeah,
found him
yeah.
on the internet.
And that you were
And I
really
fell
drawn
in
to
love
his
with his
picture.
picture.
Yeah.
And I had already been okayed by 3 different rescues to get 3 other animals, and I turned them all down.
Uh-huh.
They just weren't. They
They
just
weren't
didn't fit
Charlie.
me.
They
wasn't
weren't
Charlie.
Charlie.
Charlie came with the name Charlie. I didn't change it. It just fits him perfectly. And of course, the first thing I did when I got him home is I went to the vet, and he's microchipped now. So
Hey, baby.
if he should get away again, and I haven't figured out, we haven't been able to figure out why he was wandering in Jacksonville.
Well, let's see if he'll tell us. He was about a year old when you got
About a
him.
year old.
How long had he been at the rescue?
He was only there about a month and a half. And when they found him, he was groomed. He was potty trained, leash trained, and crate trained. So everything had been done in that year
So
of
Charlie,
his
what
life, his
happened?
first life.
What happened, Charlie? Tell us what happened. What happened, baby? Okay. So I'm asking him what happened before he came to you.
Mm-hmm.
How did he get away from his people? He loved them. You know, he went out on a smell.
Did he?
Yeah. Something smelled so good.
It had to be a squirrel.
And he just had, it's
Florida
like
squirrel.
he had to be with it. He had to go find it.
Uh-huh.
And when he finished running, he didn't know where he was.
And nobody owned up to him.
Well,
They put the flyers out. They called the vets. They tried everything, trying to find his owner, and nobody ever found him.
he says he ran. He says he ran a long way. I don't know exactly what a long way
Right.
is. You know, it's to their way of thinking. But that's what happened. It's like he was. I mean, just look at him now. You can see he's very dedicated, devoted. You know, family.
He
you know,
makes sure where I am.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's like he surprised himself, and he was young.
Mm-hmm.
He surprised himself. He was just going out. He was this exuberant little guy, you
Having
know.
a great time.
He was having a great time. Yeah, he was
Good
having a great
time.
time.
Yes,
He
he
smelled
was.
something. It just smelled so good,
Yeah.
and he just had to go find out what it was.
Uh-huh.
And then he like did the doggy equivalent of freaking out when he wasn't.
Right.
He couldn't find. He didn't know where he was. And then somebody picked him. He was really scared. Somebody picked him up and took him someplace. He said there were a lot of other dogs, and he was.
Well, the people who found him tried to find who he belonged to, couldn't find anything. They knew that their neighbor's parents did the rescue, so they gave him to the girl
Oh, interesting.
who gave him to the rescue group.
Because he just describes as being scooped up. Somebody
Right.
scooped him up and then
Well,
took him
that's what
someplace.
you do. He scoops up.
Yeah,
easily.
he scooped him up and took him someplace.
Yeah. And they
But-
must have just posted him when
When
I
you saw him.
found him. And she
Yeah.
said she didn't normally adopt out of state.
Uh-huh.
I was a good fit.
Yeah,
And
well,
so
it's
she
definitely a good
allowed me
fit.
to have him.
It's definitely a good fit.
Yeah.
You two are partners, that's for sure.
He's my bud. She is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's clear that he's not a pet.
Uh-huh.
He's very clear about that.
Uh-huh. He's my buddy. Yes, he is. And he loves visiting.
Yeah.
We went to Marshall's. They haven't kicked us out of Marshall's yet. He now goes into Marshall's and is greeted up there at Marshall's. by the customers and
Yeah.
the and the associates who
He
work
brings
there.
so much heart energy with him wherever he goes.
He does, that tail just starts
Yeah,
wagging,
yeah.
and he is ready.
He's so cute.
You
He's
should.
he's so scoopable and
Mhm.
huggable, and he's yeah.
He's Mr. Personality.
Yeah.
He
He
is,
really
he knows
does.
it.
He just opens people up. It's like he brings great joy to them. That makes him happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.